Made it strictly for social media and Instagram.
And you can see there's people from different ethnicities sitting in there. Chinese, Indian, as well as Malays. So you say, what would motivate somebody to travel that far to go and conquer another piece of land?
Whole lamb being roasted. Better than most of the fast food chain burgers in America. Look at this beautiful view we got on the Petronas Tower. In an Indian restaurant to get some food, and somebody's ordered this humongous dosa, it looks like. Look at that thing, size of that thing. That is definitely hygiene worth it. You do that only for Instagram, man. That thing is humongous. Place has got good reviews, so I'm excited for food. Got me some lamb rice, roti. Try it. And here's the roti, man. It's the the lamb curry. Lamb curry, and it's bone in. That means it's gonna be very flavorful. Comes with some mixed vegetables. Okra over here. They really like to eat okra. Okra comes with like everything. That's like, if you're gonna eat any vegetables here, it's probably okra. This looks like cabbage. And I got a pineapple lassi to go with it in case the lamb curry gets too spicy. Oh yeah, it's pretty tender. It's like, kind of just falls apart with a fork. Okay, so it's been like almost like 10 minutes they're still taking pictures. This is hilarious. Still have not started eating it yet. I think it's gonna get cold. They never even ate it, oh my gosh. It's completely just for the picture. They never ate it, two guys just left. They just took a picture of it, ate it for like 1 minute, and then left. The whole thing just went to waste. What a waste. What a waste. And here's the roti that I ordered, which actually looks like a curry made with eggs in there. So it's roti bread. This made to order. Very hot to the touch. Very soft. You get 3 different dipping sauces to go with it. I'm sure it's pretty good, but I'm pretty hungry. I'm not gonna film myself eating it, so just to show you. It's a big slab of it too. Look, that's the size of it. I'm sure it's gonna be delicious though. It's made with egg and cheese, which is what the server recommended, so I trust his judgment. Here's somebody else ordering it. They might have just seen the other guy order it, so they order one for themselves. It's totally for social media, this thing. They made it strictly for social media and Instagram.
Guys, come on guys, tepukan paling kurung untuk adik kita. Ambil bunga satu. Alright, thank you so much. Ada semua kita hari ini.
I'm here at the National Art Gallery in Kuala Lumpur. And this is the National Art Museum for Malaysia. Just started my tour here, And one of the first things that I ran into is they kind of depicting or presenting a message of unity and harmony amongst the different ethnicities here in Malaysia through art. So that piece over there of what looks to be the head of a lion in a lion dance costume in Chinese culture is actually done by a Malay artist. And you can tell the face of the lion. It's unlike any lion that I ever seen before. It looks more like the face of an old man, right? With a white beard, and the face actually looks like a man, not really a lion. And that's a piece of batik fabric, which is traditional Malay fabric with their unique way of printing onto the fabric and the colors and the patterns. And then from my own personal experience being here, I think there's really no better way to experience the fusion of cultures amongst the different ethnicities than through food. Because the food here in Malaysia is the mixing of every kind of ingredients, cooking methods, flavors, and recipes from all those different cultures. And so here's a painting depicting a scene in a cafe, what they call a kopi tim here in Malaysia, and you can see there's people from different ethnicities sitting in there, Chinese, Indian, as well as Malays, eating and eating different styles of food. But at the end of the day, it's the message is that it's all Malaysian, you know. There's also artwork depicting other ethnic groups in Malaysia, and they tend to be the people, Aboriginal people that are living in some of the outlying islands, such as Sabah. These look like sculptures and statues made by more like Aboriginal people, and I've seen a very similar style of these statues throughout places in the Pacific, like the Pacific Islands. So I think they're very similar to sculptures from other places. And I've even seen Native Americans make a similar style of sculptures and statues, and they look more primitive. Yeah, this exhibit over here is a little lacking in terms of explanation, so would be useful to have more explanation over here. And I think we've reached the modern art collection. These are more kind of modernist style of artwork. So this is a popular mode of taxi transit here in Malaysia. But you can tell that it's been turned into an artwork right here. And they call it a trisol. It's basically a rickshaw that's pulled by a bicycle. They also have an exhibit here that is telling the story of this man named Enrique Malacca, who supposedly traveled with Magellan, who was the Portuguese navigator known as the first person to sail around the world. And this man from Malacca, which is a port city in Malaysia, was enslaved by Magellan and traveled with him on the trip. I am inside the National Museum of Malaysia, and this is a museum dedicated to studying the history and civilization of not just Malaysia, but what they call the Malay Peninsula, which encompasses a large area of land throughout Southeast Asia. That includes Malaysia, the Philippines, Indonesia, and probably parts of, maybe Vietnam, Thailand, etc. And now I'm at an exhibit where they actually talk about the colonial history, starting with the Portuguese, who were the first colonizers of this area of the world. And it's the first time I've had a good look at a map of where the Portuguese that went from Lisbon, which is on the western tip of Europe, going around the Horn of Africa, and then ending up, and then also going through, that would be, what is that, kind of like the southern tip of India, and then ending up in the southern tip of the Malay Peninsula in Malacca, which I was just at a couple of days ago. So you say, what would motivate somebody to travel that far to go and conquer another piece of land? It's because that location is very important for trade. And when you control that location, you control the trade in this whole area. From up in East Asia and China, and from the Middle East, from Africa, from Europe. And you're gonna make a lot of money this way if you control that area, because then you get to everyone else has to probably pay you a toll when they go for the area, and it'll make things a lot cheaper for you as well. So yeah, the Portuguese were the first to colonize this area, and of course then came the Dutch, and then the English. All right. And here's a replica of the ship, the Portuguese ship that went to Malacca, which you see actually a life-size replica of that in Malacca itself. So out of all the occupiers and colonizers of Malaysia, the latest one would be the Japanese after the English during World War II. Now here I find it interesting that the date they attacked the Malaysia Peninsula was on 8th December 1941. Well, that's exactly one day after they attacked Pearl Harbor, which was on December 7th, 1941. So yeah, those attacks were launched simultaneously, and they were very successful in capturing Malaysia. Just kind of an interesting tidbit right there. Now we're at the exhibit section that's focusing the independence of Malaysia. how they achieve independence. And it's through the cooperation of the different associations representing the three major racial groups in Malaysia, the Chinese, the Malays, and the Indians, through the cooperative work and negotiations with the British government, that they got some significant progress in 1956, and then the negotiated independence to take place in 1957. Here's some newspapers memorializing those negotiations and events. Here's a Chinese language newspaper also talking about that. And I find it actually interesting, down here there's a section where people will put out notices, right? And there's actually notices for two Chinese people, a man and a woman, who wanted to announce to the public they're engaging in cohabitation as domestic partners. I didn't know that was such a thing back then. Domestic partnership, as well as you have to announce it in the newspapers. And next to that, you also have an engagement notice for two people engaging to be married. Very interesting, the older customs of the day. You have to tell the world that you get married, engaged, we're going to be living together. So I guess other people won't, people in the neighborhood won't have questions for you. I'm at another mall here in Kuala Lumpur with another large Chinese New Year display. Every mall in Malaysia has a Chinese New Year display with a dragon. This one's pretty nice too. It's a center courtyard decoration. They have a little koi fish pond in the middle. It's about 4 or 5 levels of shops. Most of the more frequented open shops are in the middle of the plaza. Actually, they have shops on the sides, but actually a lot of the shops on the sides are closed. But this looks like more of a shop that's frequented by locals than tourists. The shops don't look as upscale, and there's look like they're offer cheaper prices. It's around 8 o'clock and it has started raining again outside. It's rained the last couple of nights. And when it rains, your best friend is a mall. There are tons of malls around here. You can go inside to kind of get some protection from the rain, as well as get some enjoy the AC. It's a nice cake shop over here. Look at that. They got the rainbow cake. A lot of different cupcakes. Pretty good. Those ones down there, they're pretty too. Look at the colors, purple, lavender, with the floral design. Wow. Diamonds, gems, butterflies. So pretty. And of course there's an H&M right here. H&M's in malls all over the world.
哦，减肥，减肥，
减肥祛风。
好好，想一下。Oh, these T-shirts are cool. These are cool designs. I actually like them. I do have a lot of shirts, but it's cool to check out the designs right here. They're more on the cute side. Mall's got a lot of individual stalls in the middle selling kind of different crafts, arts and crafts. Look at that, a whole lamb being roasted. Some nice browning on that skin right there. A lot of meat down there. Over charcoal. It's another night in the Kuala street market. It's got everything to offer. Actually, most of these restaurants sell the same dishes. It's the same sort of like Malaysian, Chinese fusion food with a lot of times it's like stir fry, noodles, seafood, with Indian spices. But it's pretty good, but I'm just saying they all sell about the same things. That one is actually Thai food. Walked by this place the other night. It's by the Kuala Street. Saw people eating the burgers right here. It looks pretty good. So decided that I would try one. So here's a burger ready to go. I don't eat American food usually when I'm traveling overseas, and but here's the deal, right? There is a chance that when you go abroad, the American food would actually get improved upon by the local people, especially in Asia. They'll probably make a tastier, lighter version of the same food in America. And that's especially true in Japan. In Japan was where I actually ate versions of the hamburgers that was better than in America. So here's our Malaysian hamburger. I think it looks pretty good. Let me give it a try. Yeah, the sauce is like kind of like a sweet and sour combination. Tastes a little bit like Thousand Island almost. And because, you know, Southeast Asia, they like the sweet and sour combination. The beef has got good flavor. It's got some cheese on it. The bun is like pretty soft and pillowy too. So it's a pretty nice burger, I would say. Better than most of the fast food chain burgers in America. And it's only like $2. Cheers. I'm at the China Cultural Center here in the Kuala Lumpur city center area, and this is a very nice arts and cultural center. It looks like it has been open with sponsorship from the Chinese government. And all along the walls here are actually artwork done by local students
for a art competition that they had here commemorating the 50th year of the establishment of relations between China and Malaysia, and some of these are done quite well. This one is kind of actually funny looking. It's humorous in a good way, and I quite like some of these. They're quite stylish. I think this one especially, if you look at the choice of colors, it uses like the deeper blue tones and green tones. And with this one, I also like this one as well because the way the lines are used to do the faces has a very kind of minimalist feel to it. I would almost describe the way the faces are painted, the shape of the faces, the consistency in the usage of color to be a little bit cubist, kind of like Picasso. So that's like that shows a maturation in the style for somebody who's such a young age, and this is a middle school student. Whereas this one is a little bit more, on the cute side, but also done very well, almost all like anime characters. And look at the color saturation in every single one of these works. It's like, I think these works are one thing that impresses me is the way that the colors are so saturated in every single panel, because they've left pretty much no space unused. So the colors are very rich, vibrant. Very nice. I'm quite actually impressed by a lot of work by the kids here. It's kind of amazing. It's also nice to see such a nice arts and cultural center like this one in Malaysia. Like I said, I always believe that culture is the strongest asset for any people. And I think China can do a lot to promote its own culture. And it looks like this is exactly what they're doing right here. You're seeing the promotion of Chinese culture at work right here with this very modern looking, very nice arts and culture center. We are inside a big shopping mall in the city center of Kuala Lumpur, and they also have a very large Chinese New Year display here. And this display's theme is trying to replicate the shops of the Chinese shop houses, what they call the kadais, for the red balloons. Here's the center foyer of this mall. This is a pretty nice mall. And there's Malaysia's most famous landmark, the Petronas Towers. It's built with a A-sided shape with some rounded edges around it. The A-sided shape is actually basically the idea comes from two squares coming together to form an A-sided shape, and they call it an eight-pointed star, which is a Islamic symbol for unity and harmony, according to the website for the Petronas Towers, as I've just learned. But I just find it interesting that the A-sided shape is also used in the Chinese symbol for Bagua, the Taoism symbol. So that's very cool. And this is what it looks like with a little bit of daylight. We're standing at the plaza level of the Park Mall. And this is the main plaza level where people come to hang out and check out views of the towers. And right now for Chinese New Year, they had this large dragon display right there in the middle, which is pretty cool. And then right in the middle of plaza level, there's a fountain where they'll do a light show at night, synchronized with music. But this is also a cool area to check out some of the tall buildings around here too, surrounding this city center area of Kuala Lumpur. And that's the Four Seasons Hotel right next to the Petronas Tower. Also a very magnificent structure. So we're sitting at the food court right now inside a Park Mall. Just order ourselves some food. And we got an oyster omelet here. Oyster omelet, I've eaten different versions of it now. Actually throughout China, as well as Southeast Asia now. But the oyster omelet comes from the Techu region in China, and but it's very popular throughout many parts of Asia, like Taiwan, Thailand, and here in Malaysia as well as Singapore. And this one looks very fresh. He's put some batter in there, some fresh eggs. He cracks them. And he's gonna put some fresh oysters in there as well. Yep, he's got some fresh oysters there. Get the oysters in there, yeah. Get those bad boys in there, man. Some scallion, a little bit of chili sauce. Yes, sir. Right. A little bit of fish sauce, vinegar, mixture. All right, that all looks pretty good. Yeah, and over there they just finished up some chao guai tiao, you know, stir fry noodles. This is also very popular in Cantonese cuisine, you know, stir fry rice noodles in a wok. And here they put some shrimp in there. Particularly, let's take a look at the other options around here. There's noodle places, more of a walk and grill, sounds like a Panda Express. And that's a Korean place, Dubuyo. I always like to eat local though. Whatever is the local food, that's the food I like to eat, because that makes sure that you're getting the authentic food experience. And it's always the best, cheapest food you can get in any area, as opposed to other types of food from other places. Okay, look at the spread food we got here. We got this is laksa, and here's the oyster omelet. Oh, look at that nice oyster there. It looks very juicy. And then there's a curry noodle right here. All looks very delicious. Wow, check out that view, man. We're getting a nighttime view of the Petronas Towers. And we're sitting at the Sky Bar at a hotel that's across the way. It's got a nice view of the towers from here. It has started raining quite a bit. That's the mall where we're at earlier. With a very big park next to it. So we just went across the way. It has started raining, but that's a view of the towers in the rain. And actually, the rain brings a little bit of a mystic quality to the place. And here's the area where we're sitting in. Got a couple of drinks right here. Right next to the pool area. It's probably not raining as much and you can see the towers better. But now see, you can sometimes see lightning now. Look at that. That was a lot of lightning.
Yeah, it was in Malacca.
It's actually kind of cool. See? That was another flash of lightning.
up a little bit, and they opened the windows back up, and now we can have an unobstructed view of the Petronas Towers. You still have the lightnings, which actually is kind of cool. Look at that. See those lightnings? Look at this beautiful view we got on the Petronas Tower. This is beautiful what, man? What a great place to have a drink, you know? Chill and check out this